Hey folks, Joe Valley here. Thanks for joining me for another episode of the Quiet Light Podcast. Today we've got Krishnaswamy, and I'm totally butchering your last name, Ash, I apologize, with us today to talk about branding, D2C branding, all sorts of stuff. We're going to talk a lot about TikTok and how to grow your brand on TikTok, something that we've not really talked too much about here. And this guy's got some incredible names to drop and some experience. An NFL player he recently worked with. Ash, welcome to the Quiet Light Podcast. Good to have you here.
Thanks, Joe. Great to be here and look forward to the chat.
So as always, I ask people how to pronounce their last name. You just told me literally 30 seconds ago, and yet I still butchered it, screwed it up. I apologize. Krishnaswamy. Krishnaswamy.
Exactly.
Damn. Sorry,
Second
folks.
time around.
All right. So for the folks that want to hear more about you, tell us a little bit about what you do at Forge, what your background is, that sort of stuff.
Sure. So, Forge is a digital branding, design, and development agency, and we work exclusively with consumer brands. I've run Forge for about 4 years now. We're based out of New York. And as you mentioned, we recently, one of our latest projects was working with Troy Aikman on his launch of 8 Beer. So new beer, kind of competitor and to Coors Light. The reception's been great. And so helping them out with their digital strategy, kind of customer acquisition, and typically we kind of work at the stage of really early stage brands, taking them from, concept to, working with them up until they're doing 15, 20 million bucks a year in revenue.
How is it that you connected with the likes of Troy Aikman and his team?
Sure. So that actually came by way of, one of my friends does talent equity partnerships at WME. And so they basically partner talent with emerging brands. And so, Troy had this interest in the space. Both of them connected together. And now they said, hey, we want to work with some of the best agencies out there. And so they linked us together, and it's been great working with them.
Excellent. It's good to have connected friends. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
So Forge is forge.coop. Why the co-op? Why not .com or something else?
Forge.com wasn't available. And then we were thinking forge.nyc, and we explored a whole bunch of them. But then really it was just my partner who ultimately made the decision. And he said, hey, let's do .coop. We're structured as a co-op. Want it to be a kind of democratic workplace. For those listeners who don't know, co-op just stands for cooperative. And so the idea is that all members of the organization have kind of equal votes on the direction of, where we take our business and the types of clients we work with.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, you guys do all sorts of things at Forge, but you and I chatted pre-recording, and we wanted to sort of narrow in on TikTok because I think it's a space that our audience is not taking full advantage of other than watching videos on their phone. And I got to be honest with you, last time we chatted, you made me feel a little bit like I'm not looking at the right things on TikTok. I think what I'm doing is doing the same things my teenagers are doing, which is just watching stupid videos. Whereas your TikTok feed is all about business. Is that right?
That's right. That's exactly right. And I think a lot of people are writing off TikTok and saying, hey, this is dancing trends for 12-year-old girls. There's no serious business value here. And what I would urge people to think about is you have over 1 billion installs on TikTok. It's been one of the fastest growing social platforms that has been out. You have a demographic, 40% of the users are over the age of 21. And so you have really sizable populations of audiences in a variety of different age ranges, a variety of different interests. And there is so much opportunity, especially for e-commerce businesses and product businesses, to drive meaningful sales, drive a meaningful following. And I can talk about so many different kind of examples and brands that are doing it right there.
Even with the stupid fail videos and dancing videos and stuff like that I see on TikTok, because apparently I'm looking at the wrong stuff, I still get ads served to me and I still click on some of them. I don't think I've bought anything yet because I don't have my credit card memorized and I don't do what I'm supposed to do in Google Pay and have it locked in on my phone and that kind of stuff. I'm lazy and not very tech savvy. but I'm part of that 40%. So, there's, I guess, if the math is right, just over 1 billion users installed worldwide. That's over 400 million users that are over 21. So I guess TikTok should not be ignored. One of the things that piqued my interest when we chatted was that you said you don't have to have 20,000, 100,000 followers to have a video go viral on TikTok. I've got a total, I just checked. I have a huge following on TikTok. I have 10 followers on TikTok. And I am basically a micro influencer. Very, very impressive number right there. How do I get 1 million views when I only have 10 followers?
So here's the thing about TikTok. TikTok doesn't place a heavy weighting on the followers that you have. TikTok is really designed and optimized around having creators create engaging, high-value content and then getting that content in front of the right people. And so I think the first question you have to ask yourself is, okay, what content do I want to share? Maybe for you, it's actually clips from the podcast. You talk to interesting entrepreneurs all the time, and here's a 30-second snippet on, here's a tale of how this company went from $0 to $1 million in sales on TikTok. And you grab this, screen recording, you post it on TikTok with the right hashtags. That video will make its way to the right audience. And I could see that video getting 100,000 views, 200,000 views, even though you have, only 10 followers there.
That's pretty amazing to get 100,000 views, 200,000 views. Yeah. All right. So the hashtags are critically important, just like they are in other social media platforms.
Yes. Hashtags, I would say probably, are far more important on TikTok than they are on other platforms, because basically what you're doing is you are informing TikTok, hey, here's a categories, here's how to think about this content. It's an interview, it's about TikTok, it's about growing a small business. And then they say, okay, we are going to start showing this video to folks who have, told us through their actions on the platform that they're interested in this type of content. And the way that it works on TikTok is TikTok will show it to a small subset of people, call it 100 people, and they'll start to see what that engagement looks like. And if the engagement looks good, if people are liking the video or commenting on it or sharing it, or most critically, the watch through rate, right? What percentage of viewers are watching, throughout the entire duration of the video? They'll look at all of these metrics. And with that initial batch of, call it 100 people or 200 people, if they start to see good engagement on it, then they'll say, okay, this is actually good content. Let's start showing it to more people who match the same interest profile.
And I know that I've seen a lot of different gurus, experts out there talk about the perfect video length on Facebook and things of that nature. In your experience with TikTok, is 30 seconds the right length, or does it matter greatly depending upon the subject matter?
Here's the thing. The rule of thumb is always shorter is better. And I think the next question you have to ask is, why is shorter always better? And TikTok rewards creators or viewers when the viewers are watching through to the end of the video. And if they watch it again or watch it a third time or fourth time, that signals to TikTok, hey, this is fantastic. This is fantastic content. Let's promote this to more people. So then the question is, it's for the majority of people, it's more likely that they'll be able to achieve that in 10 seconds or 15 seconds rather than a 3-minute video. So that's why kind of shorter is better is preferred. But in the same, in the same token, I have watched, videos that have several million views that are 3 minutes long, the maximum time length that you can post on TikTok, just because every frame is so engaging and you're waiting till the end to see what the final result looks like.
The maximum time is 3 minutes on TikTok?
I
didn't know that. I do a weekly series called 2 Minute Tuesdays, and I'm always running long, right? I should name it Joe Rambles Tuesdays, because that's what I do. And I know that we've posted, it looks like 5 of them on TikTok. And I would say that probably 2 or 3 of those are over 3 minutes long. What happens at the end of 3 minutes? Does it just stop playing?
It will keep you from recording. And I know they made this change. It was, first 15 seconds, then 60 seconds, then 3 minutes. And so they've been bumping up the total time allowed for videos. I believe it's 3 minutes right now. And then if you upload a video, let's call it 4 minutes, they'll cut it off at the 3-minute mark. And so even before you post it, where that video will end.
Okay. And like with Facebook and other social media platforms, on TikTok, there's a full detail for all of the analysis and so on and so forth. Like I haven't dug too much into it. Is it something that obviously you can do on your desktop, not necessarily just on your phone, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. The analytics platform is great. It shows you the followers that you get each week, the engagement on which videos are trending. Another really nice and interesting thing about TikTok is that it's not just the recent videos that you post that will get traffic. I have posted videos on our brand account, separate from Forge, that I probably posted about 6 months ago that, maybe get 10 to 20,000 views every single month. And so you have this long tail effect of, content that's engaging will continue to be propagated on the forum, on the channel. It's not just kind of reverse chronological like Instagram or Twitter.
This is interesting. So I'm being very, very self-serving here because I think it's a great way to learn for the audience. So I've posted, as I said, I'm a micro influencer, right? I've got 10 followers. Would that be like an Adam influencer? I'm so small. I've posted 5 videos. One has gotten, I think it's 8 views, the other 12, 34, 29, and then 39. And then I asked my social media person, who is a VA in the Philippines that does all of my posting of social media stuff. I said, what hashtags are you using on TikTok? Tell me what the heck this means, if you wouldn't mind. It says TikTok has character limits of 150 only, Joe. Our hashtag strategy cannot fit in our copy. I'll comment them on the videos instead. She's writing more copy up to 150 words instead of using hashtags, it sounds like. Is that right?
Yeah, that sounds right. But here's what I would say. The captions don't matter on TikTok. I would stay away from using any captions. And where you want to take advantage of text is the actual text overlays on the video. I think that's critical, because how you have to think about it as a viewer, even as someone who uses TikTok, it is so easy to scroll. And you basically need to stop that thumb scroll in a matter of seconds. And so that's why either overlaid text, that the first 3 seconds of your video are incredibly important. So for you, it's going to be, I'll have to take a look at all the videos that you posted, but it's going to be these hooks, here's this story about how this entrepreneur went from $0 to $10 million in his first year. And then it's just a 30-second clip, but you have this overlaid text on the actual video that introduces that idea, and you keep that out of the caption. And why I say keep it out of the caption is, unlike other platforms, TikTok doesn't place a lot of visual weight on your username, your profile picture, the caption itself, like it does on Instagram. And so it's really the content that speaks for itself. So the caption area should be used for 3 or 4 hashtags that are really relevant to the type of audience and content that you're creating.
That is fantastic. So I'm letting my social media person know this, and as a Adam influencer on TikTok, folks, I will give you updates in the weeks and months to come to see how my TikTok audience has grown, or not my followers, but more about the shares. I guess that's what it is. So if I've got one video that, I guess it's the views, it was viewed 39 times, which honestly isn't all that bad. I think it's probably better than on Twitter, and I've got 500 or 600 followers on Twitter.
Yeah, and so what I would say, this is also important too. Are you interacting from your account on TikTok, or is it your VA?
It's my VA. Yeah,
it's your VA.
Yeah.
So here's what's also important. if you were on the platform as Quiet Light and you were posting content relevant to your business, but then when you're using it, when you're scrolling the feed, you're interacting with cooking videos and stand-up comedy videos and things that you personally might find of interest. There is such a delta between the content you're creating and the content you're consuming that TikTok has a little bit of a hard time understanding, hey, what is the Quiet Light actually about? What kind of content are they producing and who should we be showing it to? Because they're telling me that they're really into cooking and stand-up comedy. But on this side, they're talking about entrepreneurship and business. And so ideally you want to bridge that gap, and stay kind of interacting in the spaces, because that's going to inform TikTok. That's going to train TikTok. Hey, everything they're doing on this platform is around business, entrepreneurship, bootstrapping,
so how do I start
tips
that?
to grow
So
business.
this is actually the username doesn't have anything to do with Quiet Light. It's simply the Joe Valley, and
Okay.
I'm it's more book promotion that ultimately is leading to brand and reputation enhancement at Quiet Light. So in order for audience members to do that, if they've got grilling aprons that they're selling, should they start doing searches for spring grilling recipes, or should, in my case, do I do searches for entrepreneurship, online businesses, and things of that nature in order to start to begin bridge that gap, so that I stop getting these silly fail videos and things of that nature?
Yes, I think as a new account, especially, that's important. As a new account, TikTok has no idea what your interests are and what type of content you're going to create. And so the more indicators that you can give to the TikTok algorithm, hey, this is me, this is the type of content I'm interested. Therefore, when I create content, there's a pretty good bet that you should show it to this type of audience that I've been engaging with. So if you're selling grilling aprons, you get on there, you start searching #grill, #barbecue, you're going to get tons of videos. And I would say you spend just a couple of hours that first week interacting with that type of content. You like it, you maybe share it out, you comment on it, you follow some of those users. It's just all helpful indicators to the TikTok algorithm.
All right. So I already know what I'm going to do here. And folks, I recommend the same thing. If you're like me and you have VAs doing this work for you, I'm going to simply share this recording with my VA, Deb. I know you're listening now or watching now, to follow the advice that you're talking about, because it's a couple of hours a week. Well, actually, I don't know if I guess she has access to my TikTok account. Can she do the searches for me? And which would be #entrepreneurship, #online businesses, and then
Yep,
start
absolutely.
doing that a couple of hours a week as part of it. All right.
Exactly.
All right. We'll get on with that. Can you, I know you work with a lot of different brands in the D2C market. Can you give any examples in terms of approaches you took advising them to, grow their views, I guess it is, on TikTok? It's not necessarily followers, which is interesting because I'm so used to talking about followers. How many Twitter followers do you have? How many Facebook, all that stuff? Here, it's slightly different. Do you have any sort of ad hoc case studies or something like that you can talk about?
Yeah, here's the most common, common first interaction when I talk to brands and we talk about the importance of TikTok. I think a lot of, brands and entrepreneurs are understanding the importance of TikTok, but the first thing they say is, I don't have enough time to create the content. I am kind of camera shy. I don't like how I look on camera. It's going to take me several hours a day just to come up with a video concept. Then I have to shoot it. I don't know how to edit it. Do I need a production team, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? And I basically go by debunking each one of these things. And the first thing that I like to say is you have to get out of the mindset of how we've been trained to create content on Instagram over the past 10 years. Instagram is hyper polished, really buttoned up. The content that does well there, it's shot on a DSLR. It looks beautiful. It's hyper art directed. It's really thoughtful, polished. No real kind of behind the scenes. If you were to take that approach and have a camera crew film this kind of content for TikTok, follow me around as I tell you the story of creating my business, and it looks really well edited and really polished, that video is going to fall completely flat on TikTok. And what is so important is that you have to create content that feels native to the platform. And if you spend any time kind of just, that's what I say for people who are new to the platform, spend your first week just interacting on the platform. Watch TikTok every day for an hour a day and start to see the type of content that people make. It is raw, it is funny, it is unpolished, it is basically a first person point of view. People just, shooting something on their camera, flipping it around, doing quick edits, really raw, uncut, and then they'll put some soundtrack behind it. That is the type of content that does really well on TikTok. And so especially for brands or small business, they say, what can I showcase beyond my product? TikTok, one of the larger hashtags is hashtag small business. And there's a small, watch my small business grow. And you look at some of these and they're videos of just people doing packaging. The videos of people doing packaging for, 30 minutes. It's a time lapse, and someone's speaking over it and they say, hey, this is me fulfilling my 100 orders today that I got through Shopify. And you look at the video and it has 6 million views and people just love it. People just absolutely love it. And the more kind of raw behind the scenes, here's a story of how my business isn't doing well, or here are the struggles that I have as a business owner. Connecting with people just through that kind of authentic lens is content that performs really, really well.
So on that video, the example that you just gave, how does it get shared with how does it get 6 million views? Is it that you've got 10 followers and some of them just share it with their audience or their followers? How does that work? You're shaking your head.
No, you could almost imagine, it's almost, if I could say, forget the concept of followers, I truly mean forget the concept of followers. Okay. Even if I were to follow you on TikTok, that is no guarantee that I will see all of the content that you put out.
Okay.
The main feed and main way that viewers interact with TikTok is through their For You page. And TikTok kind of keeps you there. And they just continuously serve up content that they think you are going to be interested in. And as you continue to use the platform, the algorithm gets smarter and smarter, knowing the type of content you're going to like. And so that's just what they show you. So I would say 98% of the content that I see on my feed, I don't follow any of these people. It is just kind of triangulated to me based on my interests.
Yeah. So I just looked at my For You page and you're absolutely right. I don't follow any of those folks. I think I follow a total of 15, and, I know one of them shows up in my feed all the time because it's somebody that I know personally, but it's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah. So to that question specifically, how does that video of someone doing packaging get to 6 million views? So they create this video and they'll, hashtag it, packaging, hashtag small business, hashtag, a few other hashtags that might be of interest. And that video, TikTok will take that video and say, okay, this person may only have 100 followers, but we're going to show this video to 1,000 people who have either watched unboxing videos before, watched these videos of small businesses, watched videos of packaging, maybe like the sounds, and they also pull out other things from the video content itself. Maybe someone is packaging, women's jewelry, and the video they can determine the type of content that's in the video. They will show it to this small subgroup of people. And depending on how that small subgroup of people interact with the video, whether they share it, whether they comment on it, whether they like it, depending on that engagement, if the engagement starts to look good, TikTok will show it to more and more people like that. And then, that's how kind of virality grows. Just more engagement begets more engagement, begets more views.
Cool. Well, I know what I've got to do, which is start paying attention to hashtags and whatnot, do searches for hashtags in the area that I want my audience to see my videos in, and start with that. The frequency, let's talk about that a little bit. In my situation, I'm posting once a week on Tuesdays, and that's it. Should I be posting every day or at least 5 days a week?
I think, I think two things. One, quality over quantity. there were always these rules of thumb on Instagram. You have to post, a couple times a day to, to help the algorithm, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. TikTok really, truly only cares about the quality of the content. And the mistake that I see some brands make is they post a lot of videos. I'll go to their profile and they'll have 15 videos, but none of those videos would have surpassed 100 views. At this point, 15 videos in, you have basically signaled to TikTok, hey, I'm making content that isn't fitting with any kind of audience and it's not engaging. And so TikTok looks at you as a creator and they say, hey, I'm not even going to show your next video to that many people because you've had 15 videos and none of them have done over 100 views. There's no engagement on them. There's no comments. There's 1 or 2 likes. And so it kind of negatively affects your score. So in those instances, I just tell the brand, hey, let's blow up this account and start a new one.
Should the TikTok videos be produced specifically for TikTok, or can you do one that you also post on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and just have it be a vanilla one that is less than 3 minutes? But when you post it on TikTok, you do the text overlay and the hashtag specific to TikTok.
I think videos need to be edited with a TikTok first mindset rather than saying, hey, here's content that we might be using for a Facebook ad and let's try to repurpose it for TikTok. That, backing into it doesn't work, but starting with the TikTok first, really crafting the content for TikTok, using it on TikTok, and then repurposing it for other channels actually is a strategy that's working quite well, especially from the Facebook ad strategy. Some of the highest performing, ads are TikTok videos that they're just, putting paid spend behind on Facebook.
On Facebook. Wow. I want to ask your opinion on a particular person that I know that posts on TikTok. This person is, the person runs an agency in the online world. I'm trying not to say too much here. And they post podcasts, which is great, but rarely do I see those now. And more often than not, what I'm seeing is this person posting messages with music behind it, but with the text overlay. Instead of talking like we are now, this person never talks. It's always text overlay, and there's music behind it. And to top it off, and I see this particular thing on TikTok happens a lot for me anyway. I'm not a fast reader. Like if my wife and I are reading the same book, she'll read 4 chapters and I'll read 2. Maybe it's just me. When I see this person doing the type of videos that they do, which is, they're a professional agency owner in the online space. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I can see parts of their body that I don't want to see. I'm not talking about private parts, but all right, whatever. It's a female and a halter top. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you wearing that? Mm-hmm. You're not 21. This is not for teenagers. You're trying to grow your client base. Why in the world would you wear that? Number one. So that's number one. Why? Number two, a lot of folks seem to put that text overlay up there so quickly, it's hard to read. And so what I do is I go back to the video before it, and then I come to it again so that I can actually get through reading the whole thing. And I'm wondering if that's a specific strategy that helps with, perceived engagement on TikTok. So what are your thoughts on both of those? Why in the world would this person dress the way she's dressing and literally be dancing with text overlay to help grow her business? Now, most of her clients are female, so maybe that's part of it. And then the other part, why is the text overlay always up so quick?
Mm-hmm. So my guess is that both of those things are very intentional. The first about, dressing, it can just be, a thumb stopper. It can be a driver for engagement. And again, like I said, the real, metrics that TikTok is looking at is your watch through rate or your repeat watch rate, your comments, and then the shares on the video. And so with, choosing to dress a certain way, That can drive watch through rate, or it can just drive initial kind of, likes to the video. Let's call it that. The text overlay, not showing that text for enough time is actually a really smart hack to get people to keep watching the video. Because you then have, all of these people who are interested in the content, they don't fully understand the content on first watch through because the text goes back and they do exactly what you said. They go up or they go down one and then swipe through. And then they watch this video 4 times, which signals to TikTok, hey, this is a really engaging video. Let's show it to more people. And so that starts to drive engagement. And so what you'll see now, or with people who really understand the platform, is that they reverse engineer all of these kind of metrics, So for example, another one that I want to call out is doing or saying something controversial in a video intentionally can be a great idea, because that's going to drive comments. And the more comments that you drive, the more kind of broader engagement that you're going to get. So, there's various ways of kind of applying this. But, even in as one example, I made a video, and in that video, it was this kind of like funny, goofy video. But in that video, I was sharpening a knife. And I was talking about how I was, a classically trained chef or something. And I was sharpening the knife totally incorrect. I had like my sharpening rod, but I was sharpening it like this person has never used a knife or the sharpening rod. That wasn't even the point of the video. The point of the video was something totally different. But I did that on purpose because I knew that people would look at that video and say, this guy has no idea how to sharpen a knife. And lo and behold, the first 40 comments was that there's no way you have ever sharpened a knife before. There was no way you were a chef. And then you start egging them on a little bit in the comments. I was like, oh, that's how we did it at my Michelin star restaurant for the past 10 years. And then that kind of gets this thread going. And so there's a way to kind of reverse engineer this stuff and, generate a little bit of controversy just through the content you create.
In that situation, what is it that you're promoting or selling?
So in that situation, this was for it was just a kind of one-off funny video. There was no kind of promotion or sales, You
just wanted to see what would happen. All right.
I just wanted to see what would happen. I kind of test these hacks from time to time. I'll give you another example. Because as I'm consulting all of these brands, I'm like, okay, I think this kind of hack or tool should work. Let me try it out. The other day I was in the coffee shop and I saw a dog wearing these small little booties on each one of its legs. And so I made this 5-second video and I said, PSA, your dog doesn't need to wear shoes. And I knew that's incorrect. I don't know anything about dogs. I also don't have a dog. There's obviously a reason the dog was wearing boots. There was 100 comments on that video within 2 hours of people saying, you know nothing about dogs. They wear this because of the rock salt. They wear this because the concrete gets so hot. But it drives up the engagement of the video. And so I think there's ways to take that lesson and apply it to your brand or the product that you're selling, or some way to kind of engineer virality.
So in that situation, it was a 5-second video. I take it that you took a short video of that particular dog with the booties on, and then you did text overlay, and then
text overlay.
And what were the hashtags?
The hashtag was hashtag NYC, hashtag dogs of NYC, hashtag dog park.
Yeah. And did you create those hashtags, or you found those hashtags?
So the nice thing about TikTok is as you start typing a hashtag, it'll show you all of the kind of relevant hashtags. It'll, see the search preview, but you'll also see the total view count on that hashtag. So hashtag dogs has a total view count of, call it 5 billion, right? Mm-hmm. Hashtag dogs of NYC may have a total view count of 200 million, but it's more isolated to, New York City dogs, let's say, than broader dogs.
How many hashtags can you put up at once? Did you say before? Is it 3 or 4?
So I would say you don't want to go beyond 5.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Wow. This is, inspiring, exciting. Like, I want to put all this into play, and I'm hoping the audience is thinking the same thing. Where is the best education in terms of learning a lot of these tips and tactics on TikTok and growing your audience there, or actually the amount of views that you get?
Yeah, so I would actually say TikTok is a pretty good place.
You do a good job.
If you go onto TikTok and you search, hashtag there's learn on TikTok. There is you could probably search hashtag TikTok growth, hashtag growing my TikTok. You're going to have this level of just meta education happening on the platform where you have, creators saying, hey, here's how you need to think about making videos. Here are the latest trends you can hop on. Here's the type of music to use. Here's how to edit your videos to, be in line with certain trends or popular things on the platform. So I would say TikTok's actually a really good place. And then also Twitter. Finding people who are just in this space of, they're either brand owners or operators, or they're kind of advising brands on TikTok, and just kind of sharing insights there.
And of course, there's you guys at Forge. So we're just about to wrap up. So tell us how people can find you, Ash, and reach out to you either directly or through Forge and things of that nature.
Yeah. So at Forge, you can reach out to us. The easiest email is hi@forge.coop. That's hi@forge.coop. And then me on Twitter, I'm at Schwinnebago, which is, my name, like a Winnebago. And so, yeah, you can find me in both of those places, and I'd be happy to kind of walk you through what the right TikTok strategy might look like for your business, or just, talk more broadly about that as, one channel. And then kind of beyond that, we do these other things and, branding, Shopify design, and development.
Yeah. And it's forge.coop or COOP for people that want to find them there. And they help brands launch and grow. I'm just looking at their LinkedIn profile. Check them out. Ashwinn Krishnaswamy. If you can spell that properly, it's KRISHNASWAMY. On LinkedIn, but they've worked with companies like Muddy Bites, Jambys, Birthday Dates, Oklahoma Smokes, Nom Nom, Modern Mammals, and most recently with Troy Aikman at 8 Elite Lager. Also Venmo. So a heck of a resume for you guys. And you start from launch up to, you said generally up to 20 million or so is when you're working with your clients.
That's right.
Brilliant. Now, this has been great. I'm excited to see what happens and hear from people how their audiences have grown on TikTok and their shares and their spending and things of that nature. So thanks so much for sharing all of this information. And maybe when I am no longer a Adam influencer on TikTok, I'll reach out and we can have another episode about what I've done and how I've grown my audience there. Thanks, man. Appreciate you having you on.
Love it. My pleasure.